Ladies and gents, are you ready? It's time for December's haul. We're gonna go through 8 brand new niche fragrances that caught my attention. You know how we roll. I'm gonna give you guys my first thoughts and impressions right here, right now on camera. Stick around, let's hop into them. Welcome back to another video. Max Forti here. Thank you for your support in the whole 2024. I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for leaving the like, for leaving your comments, for subscribing to the channel. It means the world to me. This is going to be the last haul of 2024. Of course, I've got 8 niche fragrances that caught my attention. Of course, you know how we talk about here on the channel. If it's a pass, I'll tell you. If it's an amazing fragrance, I'm going to tell you from, again, first impression standpoint. It's not a full review, just as we roll throughout the whole year. And of course, next month, you're gonna get the best releases and the best discoveries of 2024. So without any further ado, let's hop right into it. By the way, all fragrances in this video you can find below, of course, if you wanna pick up a bottle, but if you wanna try them before you buy them, you can get a decant from Perfume.com. Also listed below with all the codes, promos. I think there's a Max 12 code going on right now, which will give you guys 12% off site-wide, so enjoy that. Customary to a lot of fragrances in 2024, we've seen a lot of reboot, reintroduction of old discontinued favorites in the market, happening with MFK, happening with Creed. I have 2 here in this video, one from MFK, one from Creed, which are 2024 reboot. I'm really curious to try those too, but we're gonna kick the list off here with one from a Parisian brand called Memo Paris. This is, of course, their latest Indian leather. Huge fan of African leather. I believe there's one called Irish leather that I really enjoy. There's so many to list. I think when it comes to leathers, Memo Paris does a fantastic job, and it's a brand that if you do enjoy the note of leather, you should most definitely check it out. I love their packaging. It's really, next level when it comes to the details. I have a map here of where the fragrance was actually constructed or inspired. Again, this is from Indian inspiration, so I'm thinking it's going to be a nice, woody and spicy leather. Let's take it for a test drive. The bottles are one fits all. You've seen one, you've seen them all. It's a beautiful rectangular style bottle, and it has a metal plate which says Indian leather, Eau de Parfum, Memo Paris. Let's take it for a test drive. Let's see what we get out of this one. I heard some good things about this one, so I'm definitely curious. And again, minimalist but very chic bottles. This is a frosted glass you can't see through. And the sprayers on this one, it's pretty decent, not great, but does the job. Let's see what we get out of the scent. Wow, and here's what I'm gonna do for you guys going forward. Instead of giving you a rating of 8, 10, whatever, that's very subjective, I'm gonna tell you 4 things. I'm gonna say it's a pass, if it's redundant, if it's more of the same. I'm gonna tell you I need more time, that has potential. This one here right off the bat is going to be a wow fragrance. It has the wow factor for sure. And if you guys see my face light up in my videos, if you have a similar taste to mine, I've been doing this for 13 plus years. You guys know if I say it's a wow factor fragrance, most definitely it's gonna be quality. It's gonna have that something else that's gonna bring it above. There's definitely a ton of spices here. The leather here is beautiful, very supple, very well made, like a suede leather. It's not rough and tumble. Hard to wear, animalistic. There's a little bit of a smoky feel here, perhaps incense. It is very nicely done. I also get a slightly lavender feel, tons of spicy those. You must really enjoy woody, spicy fragrances to like this one. The leather here is very nice, suede leather-like, creamy, spicy, and slightly smoky. Very nice. This one gets a wow factor, definitely worth checking out. If you love leathers, you owe it to yourself to try Indian leather. I think you're going to be pleasantly surprised. This one here, tremendous quality right off the bat. Now, I said this before and I'll say it again, Guerlain has been extremely busy this year with so many re-releases and reboots and, tons of releases within their collections. This one here from the Allegoria collection, so obviously an oud-based scent. This is Eau de Parfum concentration. This is a 125 ml or 4.2 ounces. And again, Guerlain this year has been a little bit off, to be quite honest with you, because of a lot of the re-releases and way too many releases. I don't really particularly like when companies do it so much. I think they overly do it, therefore they miss the cues. But this one here is going to be a dark green. I don't know if you can see the glass here, but it's a dark green glass. Very minimalist with this Allegoria collection, but all in all, they're actually pretty good. I actually like this line, the Allegoria collection from Guerlain, mostly for springtime and early fall. I think they're nice, but they're not very, very heavy or strong as you would think for like fall and winter seasons here where I'm at in New York City. So Oud Sentinel is going to be a very enjoyable oud fragrance. You get slightly resemblances here with Oud Satin Mood from MFK. So you do have this vanilla, rose and nude kind of a combination here, which is nice. A little lighter than Oud Satin Mood though. Easy to wear. You can easily rock this as a signature scent. It's a quite nice oud fragrance. Similarities with your top of the ranks when it comes to very wearable oud style fragrances such as Initio Parfums Oud for Greatness, Oud Satin Mood. You think about Oud Wood from Tom Ford. You think about all those very wearable oud fragrances that are very inviting and great for compliment. This one here is going to fit those bills. It's going to be in the same wheelhouse, not exactly like those, but definitely borrowing elements from those. Really intricate, however, very, compliment-inducing and inviting type oud fragrances. There is something powerful here with that oud that's giving me off a very sharp kind of a note that's quite kind of bold, and it might even get stronger on skin. So definitely try. This is a must try. I'm not going to say a wow factor here, but definitely a good one. Must try. Perhaps you're going to enjoy it. I think it's nice for every day if you're looking for a signature style scent as an oud fragrance, and you don't want oud wood, you don't want MFK's Oud Satin Mood, you want a different kind of a take on oud. Like I said, there's something sharp and powerful here that perhaps will set this one apart from other oud fragrances. But quite nice, gets a thumbs up, definitely worth checking out. Try it before you buy it, that's for sure. It's been a minute since I spoke about this brand here on the channel, especially when it comes to first releases. And this is going to be from their main collection from Penhaligon's, which is a brand that's been around for many years from England, since 1870. This is going to be the Dandy Eau de Parfum concentration. Love the bottle with the black and the gold. And this one here caught my attention right away because it has a note of whiskey. As you guys know, when it comes to leathers, tobaccos, and boozy facets, especially whiskey, brandies, and cognacs, I am a huge sucker for those notes. So if they're made well, guys, I'm gonna pick up a bottle. So this one here is a blind buy, so hopefully I did good for myself. The bottle's great, very chic looking. When it comes to Penhaligon's, they're very stylish, very timeless. You do have the bow tie, which I love. Class through and through. So when it comes to the scent itself, it is an ambery juice. I'm thinking it's gonna be boozy, spicy, and woody. Let's hope it's a good one, and perhaps it'll be something that I'll be bragging about in 2024. So let's go. Okay, wow. This one here has a wow effect right off the bat, ladies and gents. It's going to be this really nice, sweet, and sassy and spicy kind of a boozy facet. The whiskey is definitely present here. You do have a beautiful boozy acid. And the thing about this booziness here is not your ordinary boozy scent, because it has a little bit of a slightly caramelized sweet facet. It's borderline gourmand. Looking at the notes here, it's definitely a woody, spicy, patchouli type of a scent. And the perfumer here is Fabrice Pellegrin. So there is that sweetness here, which is fruity and also a little bit caramelized. I don't see caramels in it. I see the whiskey, the oak, and the cedar wood. So it's definitely an aged whiskey type of a situation here. The whiskey here is absolutely incredible. One of the best openings I've ever come across when it comes to an opening boozy scent. This is gonna be fire, guys. If you do enjoy boozy facets in your fragrances, this is a must try. That simple. It does have a wow factor for me, the wow factor. I am liking this one a lot. Go as far as saying my favorite from everything so far. It might be the one I'll be rocking today. And then you have patchouli and cedar wood at the bottom. I also have a clear wood / vetiver here in the base that's starting to peek through. Definitely fruity, whiskey, pitty kind of a note here, slightly earthy and slightly smoky. This one here gets a huge thumbs up. As I said, one of the best of the haul so far. Next up, one that's getting a lot of talks right now in the fragrance world out there. This is going to be a collaboration between Juicebox, Julien Hasquinet as the nose and perfumer, and of course with the creative direction and partnership of the perfume guy. And we're talking about Sébastien Jara, which is one of our fragrance community's reviewers here. If you guys don't know his channel, The Perfume Guy, I'm gonna have it linked below so you guys can go check his channel. And this is of course 54 from Juicebox, which is celebrating, this is made in Italy by the way, and this is celebrating Studio 54 in New York City, the days of the disco era, so on and so forth. Looking at the notes, it looks absolutely fabulous. You have dark chocolate, you have a pina colada note up top, you definitely have rum here, so there you go. It's gonna be another boozy one. Beautiful minimalist bottle. You have the disco balls on the side. And again, I'm very curious about this one because it's supposed to be very festive and commemorating, celebrating those crazy disco days of Studio 54 in New York City. As you know, the brand Juicebox, always celebrating music with fragrance. Again, both are very connected when it comes to memories and emotions. 54 right there. Bottles are pretty cool. So they're very square looking bottles, very heavy glass. You have the lip here at the bottom, which makes it real nice. You have the record toppers, which are very, very nice, very ingenious here. I love the creation, love the style of these bottles. Again, music meets fragrance. Great collaboration here. The 54 is on both sides. Let's take it for a test drive. Sprays are absolutely incredible. Not so much of a long mist, but very broad. And wow, this is a green fragrance. Definitely spicy, definitely boozy. There is a pina colada accord, so you do have that boozy rum with the spicy green pineapple. The rum is amazing here, also sweet. Almost sticky sweet here, so you must enjoy sweet style fragrances, but the green woodiness of the fragrance is quite nice as well. I do get a patchouli note here, of course. You're talking about Studio 54. There has to be some kind of patchouli here. There is a nice cocoa-like patchouli with a dark chocolate. That lace of the dark chocolate and the pineapple actually very good. It's a beautiful dance. This is definitely borderline gourmand, or I should say gourmand with a woody, spicy, earthy and green backbone. This is a very nice fragrance, very intriguing, very unique. This gets a thumbs up. It's definitely worth trying. Don't blind buy, because I'm going to tell you right now, this is not going to be for everyone. But I think it's, when it comes to niche, you know, creativeness without constraints, you could definitely attach to this juice. It's very unique and very well put together. Julien Hasquinet is one of the best noses of our times. And of course, the perfume guy has been smelling fragrances for decades, so he does have a good nose, and I like the direction they took with this fragrance. So it gets a thumbs up. Definitely try it before you buy it though. It's not going to be for everyone, but if you're looking for something unique that's also boozy, spicy, and fruity, you're going to love this one. As I said before, a lot of brands are doing these reboots or remake of fragrances that were, you know, otherwise discontinued. In 2009, MFK had a fragrance that I really enjoyed called 𝐴𝐵𝐴𝐻. And 𝐴𝐵𝐴𝐻 was a spicy lavender with green nuances, and of course, very nice creamy amber in the base. I love the presentations of MFK. They're very minimalist, but very chic. You have this very nice textured white box. And then of course, a box within the box. Then you have the golden leaf lip here of the second box. And then as you open, you find the minimalist bottle of MFK, which are 2.7 ounces, and they are incredible. I love the way they look. So when you compare it to the old one from 2009, they're a little bit different. The juice is still that golden kind of a juice. I am curious of trying this one here. Looking at the notes, it's definitely going to be an ambery type scent. And again, it's a reboot of a discontinued fragrance. Sprays are amazing, second to none. MFK does incredibly well with his fragrances. And again, this is going to be amazing, guys. It's going to be slightly floral, definitely ambery and spicy. If you're familiar with Gaultier 2, which was released a few years back, I'm even thinking it was around the time that the original one, 𝐴𝐵𝐴𝐻, was released, so they share definitely a lot of similarities. The new one here, definitely more floral. Now the 𝐴𝐵𝐴𝐻 I used to love was the masculine one, which is that spicy lavender with the ambery, sweet kind of a, you know, dry down, you know, undertone. This one here, definitely more floral. Very floral, actually, very luminous type of a contribution here with this fragrance. I like it. I don't have the feminine version to compare against this one, but all in all, I think he did a great job. It's definitely quality, but you must enjoy floral fragrances to like this one. When you're looking at the notes, it's going to be a heavy orange blossom, white musk, ylang ylang, lavender, and of course a hint of a dry vanilla here in the base. It's a very well composed fragrance. I can see a lady wearing this beautifully as a signature scent or something to really enhance and elevate her style. This one gets a thumbs up, but again, it's more feminine for my taste. It's not something that I'll be rocking. This is going to my wife's collection for sure, but if you're a lady out there and you're looking for a phenomenal scent to elevate your style, or if you like florals, definitely check this one out, because this one here is quality through and through. Brand new release from the house of Amard Oud, which you guys know I love this brand. Lunar Vetiver, Whetstone, Oud Tabac are some of my favorites. This one here from the 𝐿'EXIR collection, an extrait de parfum, 75 ml. Gorgeous presentation. This is called Virgin Leather. This just dropped literally at Scent Explore. It was one of the exclusive new launches that you find at Scent Explore whenever you come to this international niche convention in New York. If you're not familiar with it, please definitely check out on Instagram. I'm gonna have it linked below. If you guys are in the tri-state area, if you love niche perfumery and you're in the US, you definitely want to check it out. It happens every year, first weekend in December. So this one here is one of the few, exclusive and limited launches of the event. This is not limited, but it's definitely exclusive to the event. Again, Amard Oud, beautiful leatherette case. You open the box, you find a gorgeous case within the case with a metal plate, which when it comes to Amard Oud, I think they do incredibly with their packaging and with their fragrances. One of those hidden gems of niche brands that you definitely want to discover. I've been sharing, Amard Oud here on the channel for the past 5+ years, which is definitely one of my favorite hidden gem niche brands to discover. This is Amard Oud's 𝐿'EXIR from their 𝐿'EXIR collection, extrait de parfum. This is virgin leather, amazing. As you're familiar with this, if you're familiar with this particular collection, in the olden days, the boxes were black with a green interior, and the bottles themselves were black with gold, and it had a green gemstone. This one here is going to be this ambery, smoky kind of a color with the metal plate in gold, and of course a ruby-like gemstone at the top. So I am very curious to take this one for a test drive. Heard a lot of great things about this one at the show. Didn't have any chance to really spend time with it, so taking it for a test drive here. Brand new bottle, awesome sprayers, one of the best in the game. And holy smokes, guys, if you do enjoy leathers, this one here has the wow factor and it's a must try for sure. Absolutely incredible. If you do love Dior Homme Intense, Dior Homme, you're gonna have an amazing Oris leather here. So it's iris, leather, spicy, some woodiness in the base. Absolutely incredible. Wow, between this one here and the Dandy, this one might be my scent of the day today, guys. It's a chilly day here. It's sunny but chilly here in New York. So this one here, absolutely thumbs up, amazing. If you love leathers, you owe it to yourself to try this one. Of course, if you love iris, even better, because those some of my favorite notes, and they're definitely well put together here. It's like this beautiful leather laced with an iris note. That's a little bit of that lipsticky vibe that you get with Dior Homme Intense. And then you have the woody spiciness with a little bit of a smoky, earthy feel to this leather. Absolutely intricate, intriguing, captivating, amazing. Thumbs up for this, guys. Check this one out. I think you're gonna be pleasantly surprised. If you love iris and you love leather, this is a no-brainer. So about 10 years ago, 2014, Byredo had a fragrance called Mojave Ghost. I don't think it was discontinued, but it has been rebooted. It has been re-released or reintroduced to the market from the Eau de Parfum concentration from 2014 to now 2024, 10 years later, as an Absolute Parfum. And of course, we're talking about the brand new Absolute de Parfum Mojave Ghost from Byredo. Amazing presentation. When it comes to Byredo, they're gonna be, one of the top 10 niche brands of the world, talked about, people love them, and rightfully so. They do a great job with their fragrances. It's minimalist, but chic and classy and elegant. The scents themselves are very well constructed. I think Jérôme Épinette happens to be one of their main perfumers, although they have collaborated with others, but I think for the most part, he is the main perfumer. And this one here, when it comes to the presentation, is absolutely incredible. I love the bottles. I've always said that Byredo has one of the best presentations in the game because it's minimalist, but also very classy, very chic. You have the Byredo etched here at the back. The cap is different. It almost has this soil kind of a texture to the cap, which I really enjoy. Simple labels, but again, it does the job. So this one here, obviously magnetic cap, beautiful collar here, Eau de Parfum Absolute, and of course the golden sprayer with the Byredo logo up top. Extra nice, this one here, amazing presentation, incredible sprayers. You can control depending on how hard you push. Again, they get a huge thumbs up just on the presentation alone, and the scent itself is, I have to say, a very nice one. But again, going to lean feminine. It's definitely gonna be floral. This is a sweet, fruity floral amber type of a scent. It's a nice opening here, fruity and floral, but again, it's gonna be for a lady. It's gonna be for someone that appreciates sweet and fruity florals. Not myself. This is not one of my go-to, type of genres. I do like what I'm smelling here. I think it's a great composed fragrance, definitely rose, definitely fruity notes. Let's see real quickly what we get. So we got citrus notes up top. The citrus could be many different things. You do have a umbrette seed note here, which I love. It adds tremendous texture and dimension to the fragrance. It's very deep, very classy. Very unique as well. It's not your typical fruity floral type scent. I think that umbrette seed really took it to the next level. Then you have violet leaf, sandalwood, definitely some creaminess here, magnolia flower, and at the base, the amber, the cedar wood, and the musk. This is a very nice fragrance, and I think the base is going to be nicer for my taste, but the opening here is quite floral and quite fruity. There's no fruit notes here except for sapodilla. And sapodilla, from what I understand, it's one type of a plum. So it's definitely fruity and floral and definitely ambery in nature. There's no spiciness here. It's definitely creamy. I think there's a musky, white floral heart. It's well comprised, guys. It's really well put together. If you do enjoy floral, fruity fragrances with an amber and creamy dry down, you're gonna like this one. Not for me, not something that I aspire to wear. I think on a lady or somebody that appreciates this and very confident wearing floral fragrances, this stuff here will shine like a diamond. So gets a thumbs up, just not my cup of tea, but definitely worth checking out. This is a good one. From what I understand, Creed's gonna be doing a lot of those reintroduction to old favorites. Perhaps, I don't know if they're discontinued, but I think they're going to definitely be reformulated. And some of those that we heard about, that's definitely confirmed, is going to be Original Vetiver, Original Santal, and Royal Princess Oud. So there's more to come, I'm sure. But the one we're gonna highlight here today is one that used to be called Windsor back in 2009 when it was first introduced. You can only get it as a flacon, and you had to get it at the Creed boutique. And it was, I think, over $1,000 back then. It was this dark, camphorous, very piney and spicy kind of a fragrance. Windsor was one of my favorites from the lineup. It was vaulted in 2010, I want to say, or 11. Shortly after it was vaulted, and you couldn't find it anymore. A few years later, they released Royal Mayfair, which I have an actual bottle here. and it was like a lighter version. Very nice, by the way. I do enjoy Royal Mayfair. I think it's one of the ones that don't get much talks about. It has this eucalyptus, menthol, coniferous, and green piney kind of a vibe with the lavender. It's spicy, almost like fougere. I love this stuff, but again, it gets no play, just like Viking. A lot of people don't know. Nowadays, people are starting to warm up to Viking, but it's one of those that I like to say, the hidden gems of Creed that don't really get much love, which I do enjoy, because when I do wear them, most people are not wearing it because they're wearing Aventus, they're wearing the ones that, you know, are what people normally talk about. On top of that piney note that you have here, you do have a rose note here, you have a gin and tonic vibe, woody, spicy. I really enjoyed this one. It's definitely in my top favorite current Creeds. You know, when it was available, then it got discontinued because of poor sales, I want to say, and now it's being reintroduced to the market with a 2024/2025 encasing, which is very nice. They did a great job with the new, you know, boxes. Still no cellophane, but they do a great job. It has this almost like business card, kind of a stock paper here. It's heavy, it's textured, it almost feels like a leather feel. Royal Mayfair went from the great color that it had, which now has this dark teal blue kind of a look with the gold deployments, of course, the crest of Creed, everything that we come to love and become accustomed to with Creed. You do have the cards here that you get with your boxes, of course, to make sure it's authentic. And of course, as you open the box, you have the gorgeous looking bottles that are, of course, 100 ml in this beautiful teal metallic kind of a label. And it just looks like a fine whiskey bottle if you ask me. So let's take it for a test drive, guys. Royal Mayfair 2024 release. You know, a few years later, they're bringing it back. I guess it was discontinued and now reintroduced to the market. I'm curious to see. Amazing sprayers. Creed do a great job. Metal cap, not magnetic, but definitely heavy cap. Incredible composition. Okay, so looking back, I do have a decant of the 2009 Windsor, and I definitely like what they did here. It's definitely a little bit more coniferous, a little bit more piney. And I think they upped that gin and tonic feel to the fragrance. So they made it more modern, but you do have to enjoy coniferous, piney kind of fragrances. You do have that menthol, eucalyptus kind of a note up top. It's not gonna be something for everyone. I do enjoy this one an awful lot. I think it's one of the best out there. It's not gonna make my top winter, but I have to tell you, most likely this will make my top spring. This is spring in a bottle. I'm a huge fan of pine needle type scents, you know, coniferous, camphorous. This one here checks all the boxes for those. It's slightly floral as well, a little bit sweet, but not overly sweet. I think there's a lavender touch here. It smells like class, like old money, you know, quiet sophistication, quiet luxury. Absolutely stunning here, guys. I like this one. I know it's not gonna be for everyone. Try it before you buy it. It's a little bit old school, a little bit timeless. If you're a youngster out there, most likely you're not gonna enjoy it. Maybe you will. But definitely pick up a decant, try this one. Royal Mayfair gets a thumb up. I liked it when it was Windsor. I liked it in 2016 when it was just called Royal Mayfair with the gray label. This is actually 120 ml for 4 ounces that was no longer available at this point. You know, it was discontinued years ago. And of course, the brand new 2024/25 edition is actually pretty nice. I think they did even better. If you didn't like the 2016, definitely try this one. If you like the 2016, if you like Windsor, you're definitely gonna like this one, guys. So there you have it. We've got 8 niche fragrances to check out. You know, love some of these. Some of these are great, some of these not so great, but overall, I think this was actually a very, very good haul. And again, you can try anything you heard here. If you want to try before you buy it, check out perfume.com. Details below. If you want to bottle for yourself, I'll also have them linked below if you want to pick up a bottle. And of course, thank you so much for your support, ladies and gents. Stay tuned for the top niche winter coming up soon and some giveaways for you guys to celebrate Christmas into the New Year's. Guys, thank you so much for your support. Let me see what I'm going to rock today. You know what? I am gonna go with this one right here. Amard Elixir Virgin Leather. I think it's gonna complement this attire perfectly with the iris and the leather. This is class, guys. Definitely check this one out. And of course, thank you for your support, and I will catch you right here with the next one very soon. Take care.